How did the Cuban Revolution affect race relations in Cuba? Have you ever wondered how a revolution can change the fabric of society? The Cuban Revolution, which began in 1959, is a prime example. It not only transformed Cuba's political landscape, but also had a significant impact on race relations. Let's take a closer look at how this revolution shaped the lives of Afro-Cubans and the broader society. Before the revolution, Afro-Cubans faced severe challenges. They experienced high levels of poverty and limited access to education and health care. The revolutionary government, led by Fidel Castro, recognized these issues as rooted in class structures, not just racial discrimination. The aim was to create a more equal society by addressing both class and racial inequalities. One of the first actions taken was to integrate public spaces. Beaches, parks, and workplaces that had been segregated were open to everyone. The government made it illegal to discriminate based on race in employment and education. These changes aimed to break down barriers and provide Afro-Cubans with opportunities that had previously been denied. The revolution also increased the representation of Afro-Cubans in political institutions. Over time, the percentage of Black members on the Council of State grew, indicating a commitment to inclusion. However, as political power expanded, Afro-Cuban representation did not always keep pace with these changes. A central belief of the socialist vision was that eliminating class differences would also eliminate racial inequality. The government focused on expanding education and health care for all Cubans. They believed that addressing poverty would help reduce discrimination. In the years following the revolution, the government claimed that racism had been eliminated, and public discussions about race were often discouraged. Despite these efforts, racial inequality did not disappear. Economic reforms and hardships, especially during the special period after the fall of the Soviet Union, often hit Afro-Cubans harder. The government's stance that racism was no longer an issue made it difficult to address new forms of inequality that emerged. In practice, the revolution made strides in reducing overt discrimination and improving access to education and health care for Afro-Cubans. However, the focus on class rather than race sometimes overlooked the specific needs of Afro-Cubans. This led to a situation where racial inequality persisted, even as the government claimed it had been resolved. From a socialist viewpoint, the Cuban Revolution represented progress towards a more just society. The emphasis on class and economic equality opened new doors for many Afro-Cubans. However, the reluctance to openly discuss race and the banning of race-based organizations meant that some inequalities remained unaddressed. The legacy of the revolution on race relations is therefore mixed, showcasing both achievements and ongoing challenges.